Hello, darling. How are you? Come on in. Take a seat. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me. Thank you. Make yourself comfortable, darling. Don't be afraid. Come on in. Shut up, darling. Oh, darling, don't mind that. Don't mind that, darling. Don't you worry. Don't you fret about that, baby. Don't you fret about that, darling. Shout out to our Black-owned candle company, PS Candles. And the fragrance, grapefruit, and sage blend. Yes, darling. We're going to get a vibe, darling. Yes. Do you guys feel the vibe? Come on. Come on. I know you guys. I know you feel the vibes. It's a vibe. Use my code 6GOD15 for 15% off today. There you go, darling. There you go, darling. Yes, darling. Yes. You all let me know. How do you feel about the music tonight? Is it too loud? Is it too loud? Is it just right? Tell me what you think. Come on. Okay? Don't be shy now. Oh, Alike Cooper says she loves PS Candles. Why, thank you. We love to see it. Yes, we do. All right. We're doing good. So, tonight. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Yeah, I forgot to, give me 1 second, darling. It won't be long. Sorry to keep you waiting, darling. Please don't be upset. My bad. So sorry about that. But don't you fret, baby. I'm back. I'm back, baby. All right. So, we have a little bit of an echo here. You guys let me know how the audio sounds. Okay, they said better audio. Marvelous, darling, marvelous. Please subscribe to the channel. Okay. Please hit that thumbs up button. All right. Hit that thumbs up, please. Now, I am experiencing an echo on my side. Okay, so you may have to exit out our theme music today, darling. I apologize. If you were enjoying the vibe, I'm sorry to have to disturb it, but yes, it seems like that was causing the echo. My apologies, darling. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. She said the hair is giving coming to America. Well, in that case, sis, it understood the assignment and is doing what it needs to do and is giving what it should have given. Okay? What type of food do you like? Okay? Are you guys alive? So, tonight we are going to be talking about most men father their children based upon how they feel about the mother. So, you must move carefully, sisters. Okay? Oh, Franklin asked, what is my Cash App? I should be so happy to let you know what it is. Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. And truly, you have said nothing but a word, my darling. There you go, my darling. There it is, right there for you, for your viewing pleasure, right under here. Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. Thank you for the love in advance, darling. I truly appreciate it. Okay. Appreciate it highly. All right. Ladies, young ladies, get all your little sisters, get your little cousins, get your little neighbors, your schoolmates, and have all the young sisters come in to come get this game tonight. Now, I shall forewarn you, ladies, the fellows shall be upset tonight because I will be reading them for filth and seeing right through them, and they will feel naked and exposed. And we know what happens to the male ego when it feels naked and exposed and read by a mere woman. So, ladies, be prepared for male tears tonight. But we do not bother with their tears. The man always cries when their free reproduction is at risk. Okay, because these men have been getting along with free reproduction for too long. And it is time that I drop the game on you ladies. Come on in. So, I got these glasses from Vogue Me. I'm not putting in the other AirPod because as this one go dead, if this, because we never know how long we're going to be on these streams. So if this one start going dead, I put the other one. No, brothers, you do not have to leave. You brothers are still welcome to join in the conversation. I'm just saying that you shall be exposed. And if it does feel extremely vulnerable for you, to just stay calm and just do not come in here and cry. Do not come in here typing all fast, because I know some of you all are ready. Your fingers are warmed up, ready to type fast. I saw some of you already typing fast before the stream even started. So if you're upset now, just wait. There's more. Okay. So, have you ladies, well, I'm not going to say have you ever heard this, because you have. Because we've been hearing this since the beginning of time. And it goes a little something like this. Oh, everything was fine. And everything was so good until I got pregnant, and then everything changed. Ladies, raise your hand if you know a woman in a situation where she and another woman share the same father for their children, but the father does not parent the children the same way. Ladies, put your hand up in the chat. Put your little brown emoji hands in the chat. Raise your hand if you know someone like that. Whether it's a man or a woman. Do you know a man who takes care of some of his children from one woman differently than he takes care of children from the other? Or do you know a woman who has children with a man where he takes care of her kids differently than a woman's children? Raise your hands. Almost everyone should be raising their hands right now, because all of you know someone like this. If you don't know someone like this, you may be the person like this. It may be you. I know both. Okay. And I know many instances of both. All right. So we're going to be talking about why that is. We're going to be talking about why that is, because there is most certainly a science behind why. Okay. Someone said these rappers and artists. And I'm glad you said that, Black Becky, because that shows us that men do this regardless of their financial status, and social status. So whether he is Pookie and Ray Ray in Section 8 or Dwayne Wade in the NBA, they all do it. Okay. Now, Ella says she has an Android and there's no brown hand. Then get an iPhone. Go down to your local phone carrier and say, excuse me, can I please get an iPhone? Who has Android? iPhone says, upgrade your life, treat yourself. You deserve better than that. Get you an iPhone. That's what you need to do. Okay. Oh, she got it. You should get you an iPhone, though, sis, because Androids are very poor. We're very rich. We make way too much money for Androids. Okay. So, Candela said, oh no, sis, I got an Android too. And I got sis say, do not come for the Androids. Shout out to my Black Love and Chill mug from knotsofsoul.com. Link in the description. I'm truly enjoying this mug, and it reminds me of Black love every time I drink from it and quench my thirst from it. Someone said Android, iPhone, not. So, ladies, men, and you guys will have the opportunity to call into the show, just so you know. You will have the opportunity. So, y'all just stay tuned. Y'all will have the opportunity to call in, okay? Men pay where they play. Okay, I'm going to give you guys an example of what I mean by that. Let's start with the concept of child support. Okay, matter of fact, wait a minute. I got to do the disclaimers because I know it's hurt people that cannot wait to come in here and say something. Let me do the preface. I have to do this. Okay, guys. Disclaimer. We love and we stand, okay, responsible, masculine, mature Black men who are fathers and father and fight for their children, regardless of the status with the mother. And we thank you. But unfortunately, you are the majority. Okay. Some of you may not know. I'm sorry, you're the minorities. Apologies. You're the minority. You men who father your children regardless of the status of the mother, you are not the majority. Okay. Now here comes the part, I'm always careful how I speak on Black fathers and Black fatherhood in general, because I'm not a Black father. And I believe it is up to Black men to hold each other accountable when it comes to the status of their fatherhood. Now, the way it's supposed to go is if there is a man who is not taking care of his children, he should not have any friends. He should not have any business associates. He should not be getting dapped up in the club. He should not be in the group chat. He should not be invited to the barbecue. Men who do not care for their children should be outcast by society. This is why I don't feel bad for a lot of you Negroes that be getting snaked by these deadbeat fathers out here and then play the victim, talking about, oh, he's so green and he did this to me. Sir, he wasn't even doing right by his own children. What made you think he would do right by you? Men who do not care for their children are a poison to our community, and it shows a major flaw in their character. And I'm upset that men can neglect their children, yet still have other men hold them in points of reverence. Okay? Now, here goes the part, ladies, where the men say, well, I don't know. I don't know if he's taking care of his children or not. How are we supposed to know? That's another grown-ass man. I don't know. See, men will say that. I don't know if he's taking care of his kids, but they know who he's fucking. They know who his main chick is, side chick is. They know how she sucks D. They know how she flips around in the bedroom. Okay? They know where he work, how much he make. Okay. They know his favorite drink. They know where they live. They know everything. But then suddenly, okay, they could tell you about the bra he bust down last night and how she put that thing out in reverse in the shower. They know all that. But all of a sudden, guess what happens when you say, well, why don't you know they're a deadbeat? Guess what they turn into? Ray Charles. That's when all of a sudden, Negroes just magically lose. They just magically, we don't know. We can't tell. You can tell everything else. You know everything else. You don't hear conversations with his mother, his child calling, saying, I need money for diapers. And you don't hear him be like, man, mama tripping, you know what I'm saying? Man, she tripping, she talking about she need money for diapers, man, I'm trying to mess out, you know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, y'all at the club popping bottles, you don't notice that? You don't notice that y'all been friends for 5 years? And in 5 years, you only see him with his children twice on Christmas? Man, how I'm supposed to know if he a deadbeat father or not? You don't notice that you ain't never seen? Ask him what his children's teachers' names are. You haven't noticed that when you're having conversations about your children's school teachers and schoolwork that he's quiet? He talks in every other conversation. When y'all talk about sports, hoes, the strip club, he is all involved in that conversation. But then when y'all start talking about fathering your children, he suddenly is silent. Suddenly it's looking real Helen Keller. No, speak up, sir. You was speaking up about everything else. Join in on this conversation about fatherhood. You didn't notice that he never has anything to contribute? You don't notice that when you call this man, you don't never hear his kids in the background? You don't notice that every time you call him saying you want to go here or there, he gone? Come on now, brothers. Y'all know who deadbeats are. The problem is, Black men, you guys are in a emergency right now. Okay? Black men, you are in a serious state of emergency when it comes to Black fatherhood. And this is the problem. Black men who father their children tend to only, in their circles, be friends with other Black men who also father their children. So what happens is these similar Black fathers form their own little world, their own little bubble, and then say, well, we're taking care of ours. Okay. That may be the 30% of you that are, but what about the other 70%? And there's levels to taking care of children, y'all. We are not talking about seeing them once a week. We're not talking about paying child support. We're not talking about picking them up every other weekend to go get ice cream and drop them off at your mama's house and then go to the club. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about you saying things like, I do whatever my baby mama asks you to do. You're their father. Why does she have to ask you anything? They are equally your children. You should know the needs of your children and fulfill them. Why does the mother of your child have to sit and micromanage you of what your children need? If your baby mother has to tell you what your children need, that means you are not present enough. Whatever my baby mama asks, I do it. She has to ask. I'm sorry. Are they more her children than yours? I'm sorry. I didn't know it was her job to inform you of what the children that came out of your own testicles need, sir. Okay. So I'm not about to sit and waste series and series discussing Black fatherhood. Okay. I'm going to discuss Black motherhood. And majority of Black mothers, we're here. We're present. We may not be perfect. We may not be the best, but we're here. Okay. I saw a video. I couldn't find it later on. Like I saw it on my feed and then it disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. I wish I would have saved it or something like that because then I couldn't find it. But it was a video of these two guys with this younger girl, and they were talking about the importance of fathers. Okay. And the guys were asking her, like, well, what is a father? Do you even know what a father contributes to a household? And the girl, it seemed like a younger girl, innocent girl, she genuinely was like, no. She said, I thought, a father is there to provide and pay bills. So then they start going in on her. Oh man, I can't believe that you don't understand what the purpose of a father is. How do you not know that? I do one thing. Go to anybody and ask them, what is the purpose of a mother? Go to anyone and say, what is the purpose of a mother? I bet you everybody has an answer. I bet you, I ain't gonna say everybody, but I'm gonna say, I bet you majority, I'm talking about vast majority of people know what the job of a mother is. If young Black girls do not know what the point of a father is, whose fault is that? Guys in the chat, let's go ahead. Yes, CJ, it was Abba and Preach, but I can't find the video. The video literally, I don't know what happened to it. I wish I could show you guys, but it really broke my heart to see her be treated that way, because I'm like, sir, your reaction to her not knowing the purpose of a father should have been, oh snap, us as Black men have to do better. Unfortunately, okay, unfortunately, ladies, and this is why I tell y'all, be careful what having those kids. Motherhood is unconditional. You carry that child in your womb. You birth that child through your own birth canal. There is no doubt that is your child. You feed that child through your own breast. Okay. You as a mother, you are unconditional with your seeds. Fathers are not. Fathers are not. They are not being, fathers do not have the same unconditional viewpoint towards their parenting the way women do. The fact that so many Black people don't know who their fathers are, don't know where they are. They fathers have a whole bunch of kids, don't even know how many kids that they got. Fathers just get up and walk out. This is a problem. And no, before we go there, we are not going to sit and blame the fact that Black men are not fathering their children on Black women. We're not doing this. We're going to talk about the real reason why this happens tonight. Okay? Yeah, Tina said, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Unfortunately, that is the case. Do you ladies remember? I want to say, what stream was this I was doing? I'm not quite sure what exact video it was, but I did a video where I was talking about, listen, as women, we have to see what the men are doing and move in accordance. We do not police the men. We don't tell them they're wrong for what they think or what they want. We simply observe what they're doing and we move accordingly to that. Okay. So I said, what's happening present day is people are saying, oh my God, once a woman has a child, she is trash. She is no good. Throw her away. Oh my God, if she's not with the father, then she is just, it's a lost cause. So I said, okay, I know what this means, ladies. Okay. If you are going to sit, because being realistic, I say this all the time. What is the one thing that humans gonna do? Well, if there is one thing that humans gonna do, is they gonna have intercourse. Okay. It don't matter what I say, you say, your mama say, grandma say. One thing about people, they gonna do it. They're gonna smush and get it on. If people are going to smush, now this is not, let's not get in the comments. We're not going to sit and get in the comments and come down on Abba and Preach. I hope I pronounced that right. We're not, please, y'all don't get in the chat downing them. This was their opinion and it was their choice on how they chose to respond. I'm simply speaking my piece on it. Okay. But we're not going to sit here and call them suspect and call them weirdos. Like, calm down. Let's let us focus now. Let's not make this about them. Okay. Yeah, one thing about people gonna do it. Now, what does that mean? If people are going to have intercourse, what does that mean? People are going to have children. If we close our eyes and play some soft violin music, in the perfect world, everyone will be married before they have their children. Okay, and in this perfect little foo-foo fifi world, everyone would do that. Unfortunately, that is simply not the way it goes. That's not the way it's ever going to go. So we got to be realistic. There will always be children born out of wedlock. It's going to happen. Okay. Nothing anyone can say or do is going to change that. All right.
So what I told the ladies is, if you are going to take the risk of giving your life, because again, in this gender war society we're in today, the ability for a woman to get pregnant and give birth have been severely downplayed. Okay, when you have a group of people, Black people, that are having issues valuing themselves, naturally they will begin to devalue what brings them into the world. Okay, I cringe when someone says, well, you just have the children, you just get pregnant, you just give birth. Just wow, what did I say about you then? Isn't that how you got here? Somebody hunched and got pregnant and gave birth. So are you a just ass nigga? You must be a just ass nigga, since I don't know when women giving birth became a just or not a big deal. Your mother risked her life to bring your big head ass into the world. What a tragedy. Mm. And I told you, ladies, a woman risks her life to bring children into the world. A man only risks his wallet to bring children into the world. Okay. Um, I say all the time, I wish that as a woman, the only thing that we had to risk in dating, children, and marriage is money. I would switch places with men any day to have money be our only risk. Okay. We have to risk permanent societal standards and condemnation, our lives, our bodies. Risk, it's a risk of whether or not you're going to be there. And once a woman has that child, that's not something that can be undone. That man can disappear, go off like them children never existed. Okay. But the woman always holds the battle scars. Women risk a lot. That is something to be respected. Mods, anybody who is writing stupid comments like the gift and the curse is, and like who else? Talk about like Jeffrey Johnson, please block them. Okay. Oh, I meant to block, not put it on block. I don't have time. I'm not playing with y'all today. Okay. I told y'all gotta be ready tonight because Negroes are going to be upset with this game. They're gonna feel very exposed and some of them may feel embarrassed. Okay, so there'll be a lot of ego flying tonight. So I need my mods to really be careful. The gift and the curse, you're blocked for putting stupid comments in a very serious conversation. Whoever does that, you will get blocked. I know y'all hate the truth. I hate how y'all say women hate the truth. Y'all hate the truth. Okay, men and women hate the truth. It is not that, oh my God, women can't take the truth. Men also cannot take the truth. Okay, so let's just stop with all that. Okay. Um, yeah, ladies, raise your hand again in the chat if you would switch with the men in a second to have your only risk in dating, marriage, and childhood and childbearing be money. I'll put up two hands. Me, I will switch. Boy, a man can have 10 kids and still be revered by society and still be considered valuable and still be. I'll I'll switch any day. You can have it. Fuck the money. You can have the money. I make more money. You can have that. You can have that. How many of you ladies would switch places? I know I would. Okay. Girl, I'm putting up my hands, legs, toes. So this is why it's kind of a joke to me when men sit and complain, you know, I gotta risk child support. I gotta risk. Yeah, sounds great. Try risking your life. Yeah, sorry. Can't relate. Okay. So I said, well, ladies, if this is what the men are saying, then you need to go ahead and move accordingly. And what did I say? I said, if you're with a man and he gets you pregnant and he does not want to marry you, he does not get that child to carry on his last name. When the men sit and say, I don't need a white man's paperwork for my titles, I don't need the white man's paperwork to validate me, say, okay, bet. When you have them children, he don't want to be with you, he don't want to get married, you give them kids your last name. Okay. If he decides to marry you later on, then you go ahead and you change your last name if you so wish. And if he has a problem with it, you say, this is just a white man's paperwork. Okay. You can call your son whatever you want. Okay. This is just the white man's paperwork. So I'm going to put my last name because y'all forget children get the mother's last name, not the father's last name. Y'all got to understand that. The reason why people think that the children get the father's last name is because the mother is supposed to have the father's last name. The children take the last name of the mother. If a man wants to carry on a legacy, it is his responsibility to marry a woman and bring his children in legitimately. If he does not do that, he must have a consequence. Period. You do not want to be that woman where this man don't marry you, then you find somebody else later on. Now one of your kids is Johnson, the other one's Jackson, the other one's Wilson. That's trifling. No marriage, no last name. If he says, "How could you do that?" Say, "Wait a minute. This birth certificate is white man's paperwork. So it doesn't matter what I put on here. Titles don't matter, remember? So you can name the child whatever you want in your mind. Okay. Again, we mirror the men. We mirror the man. Okay. Whatever y'all want to do, we're with it. Okay. We follow along. Okay. Men that value themselves have to value themselves enough to only ejaculate their semen into women they want to be with. Because I'm going to tell you, ladies, the truth. A lot of ladies who have children that are unmarried, that man knew before he ever ejaculated his sperm into you that he would never want to spend the rest of his life with you. He knew. Okay. I'm going to do a separate live stream on this about how a man can have unprotected adult relations with you. He can even ejaculate inside of you, ladies, and not love you, care about you, or want to be with you. Do you know how many women think that they are loved or think that they are in relationships simply because a man is having relations with them without protection? Have you ever seen those girls that are delusional? They seem delusional about a man, and it's like, why does she think that's her man? And you can't figure out why. You know why? Because she thinks that raw D means he likes her. And I know women in our minds, that might be how it works. But unfortunately, that is not the way it works for many men. This is why they can get you pregnant. And then when you mention marriage, look at you like, marriage? What do you mean? And the woman's confused, like, but but you ejaculated inside of me. Just because I had unprotected intercourse with you and ejaculated inside of you does not mean I want to marry you. And ladies, I know this sounds crazy, but this is the way it goes, and it happens to women every day. It's happening to a woman right now as we speak. Right now as we speak, there is a woman somewhere with her legs in the air like this, about to let a man shoot her club up. And this man knows before he pulls that trigger that he has no intention of being with or marrying a woman. I've seen men, the woman is currently pregnant, and then you say, "Oh, y'all gonna get married?" And they be like, "No." So wait a minute. So she's good enough to put your seed in and trust with your children, but not good enough to be your wife. Make it make sense. But again, ladies, we're not here to understand. We're here to peep game and move accordingly. Okay. So the craziest thing happened when I told the ladies, if these men present day are speaking so disgustingly and speaking so lowly of women with children, stop giving these men these children's last name. If they really low key are almost like resenting these children, these men, baby mamas don't get made on their own. Okay. We have these men that they owe the next woman child support, don't want to pay it because he needs money for the next woman. Come on. I'm sorry, you guys. I think they're testing the fire alarms. This could not come at a worse possible time. and I'm very sorry. So the craziest thing happened. Y'all let me know if it's okay. Like, can y'all hear through this? I'm highly irritated by this. Can y'all still make out what I'm saying? Let me know. Because I'm about to have a BS. I'm about to write a letter. Okay, she said I'm louder than the noise. About to have a BF. Okay. The craziest thing happened, ladies, when I said, if they think having a woman having a child is so horrible, disgusting, why are y'all going out here giving these men these children, these men last name, risking your life to have these children, and then giving him his last name, and then he moving on talking about you single mothers, you hoes, you ain't shit. Do you know what happened? Oh, it does. Do you know what happened when I made this suggestion? Guess what the men said? They said that if the women did not give the children their last name on that same white man's paperwork that they told us does not matter, they'll tell you we don't need a white man's paperwork. We're in a relationship with each other. We don't need the white man paperwork to validate that. Out that same mouth that he told y'all that he didn't need to marry you with that white man paperwork, those same men said that if you don't put their last name on that white man's paperwork, that birth certificate, that they would abandon the child. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and both feet are on the ground. These Negroes sat right here on Beyonce's internet and said, if she don't put my name on that paperwork, I'm gone. I cannot believe this fire alarm. I'm I'm so I've never been so upset. I'm highly I'm highly upset. I'm highly upset. Yes, I don't remember what show it was that I was talking about this, but y'all remember. The men said she don't give my child my last name, she ain't having me helping take care of the child. Okay. It blew my mind. And it was at that moment that I realized fatherhood is not conditional. Fathers have terms on which they will father. Therefore, mothers need to start having terms on which they will mother. Pay attention to how these men are moving, ladies. Then they all stick together. Yeah, I'm not getting with no woman that got children. Okay, I'm not getting with no super picky. Listening to all these old single people that can't get or keep a single woman, and then talking about, yeah, I ain't getting with no woman. Black men and women should not be starting no sentences out with I'm not getting with no this. I'm not getting with no that. Okay, healthy eligible black people are far and few in between. If you are a black person out here talking about with a long list of what you're not going to do and what you're not going to do, you're going to miss out on very potentially good relationships. Okay. We're simply not in that space where all the women can want rich men with 9-inch penises and 6'5", and all the men want 23-year-old, 120 pounds, 5'5" girls with no kids and two dicks in their life. That's not happening. Okay. Dating as a black person, you know what it's really going to look like? That person may have children. That person might be a little bit crazy. That person might have baggage. They may be short. They may be out of shape. They may have a record. This is the reality, guys. I am actually afraid for our birth rates, and I'm going to be doing a very detailed podcast on this. I'm afraid of our birth and reproduction rate at the rate we're going, where we are creating this picky war amongst each other. I'm afraid because now all these stupid hurt people on the internet are about to have black people by themselves. They're about to have black people searching forever for people that don't exist. Or relationships are about to become 100% transactional. Okay. If Todd Dixon has a question that he really want answered, super chat the question. Or you can send the question on Cash App. The Cash App is going along the bottom. If you do not super chat or Cash App your question, if I happen to look over at the comments and see your question, I'll answer it. But please do not demand that a question gets answered if they have not reciprocated something back. Okay. Yes, sis, it's really not looking good. It makes me afraid. It makes me afraid. I'm like, well, all these imperfect black people, looking for a perfect black person to be there. Well, we're doing good luck, y'all, because it couldn't be me. Okay. I'm trying to get with who I can be as peaceful and efficient through life with. I'm not concerned about, oh my God, you gotta have this and have that. I'm worried about what's the vibe? Can we do this? What's up? How you feel about me? How I feel about you? Are we on the same page? That person is not 6'5" with a 10-inch penis and $8 million. That's fine. We're not in that position. We can maybe be in that position later to start having those type of standards, but we're not there right now. We are not in a good place, y'all. Okay. Men pay where they play. And again, I'm going to do a very detailed podcast on that because I truly believe, okay, the best way to defeat a disorganized people, aka black people, is to install a system. And these systems with child support and baby mama drama and gender wars, these systems being set up and promoted will be our demise. Mark my words. And we're going to go very in depth with why that is because it does get deep on how this gender war is about to have our birth rates lowered and have us damn near on the verge of extinction. Yes, it's that serious. This whole gender war started out as, oh my God, this stupid gender war. But the more I'm paying attention to the direction it's going in, the more I'm like, oh my God, this genocide. They are having us commit our own genocide. Wow. Um, I am not acting like black women are close to perfect, sir. You cannot name anything I said during this stream that insinuated in any way, shape, or form that I am saying that black women are close to perfect. Go ahead, precise diagram, put in the chat and quote me on what I have said in this 42 minutes I've been on here that implies in any way, shape, or form that black women are perfect. You know why you won't put it in the chat? Because you can't, because you're speaking off of emotion. I hope you're not a man speaking off of emotion like that. Get your masculinity in check, sir. Take a deep breath. All right. Men pay where they play. Let's think about child support. Now, I do agree. I don't like to see men who are actively involved in their children's lives being put on child support. I don't like it. However, in all races and in every gender, there will always be wretched people. If you happen to be one of the people that run into a wretched person, I'm so sorry, but hey, it's a matter of numbers and probability. Someone is going to have to be the one to run into those people, and if it's you, I'm sorry, that's life. It just happened to be you, and it is what it is. Okay. This sound is so distracting for me. I cannot believe this. So I remember, I'll never forget this. Okay. My son was maybe 7 or 8 months old. He's probably 7 months old. I had just got out of my abusive relationship. Um, Came back to Florida. I had no money, no job. And I remember my son caught a fever. Okay. What's going on, guys? Are you able to hear me? Y'all let me know if you can hear me okay, because if you can't, I'm going to end this stream and we'll either get back on later once this noise stops. Y'all let me know now what I need to do. How are y'all feeling? How is the sound? Can we get through this, or do you guys think it is so bad to where we need to just take a pause on this? Y'all let me know. I want to see multiple people give their input before I go any further, because I know it's irritating me. So if it is irritating y'all, please let me know that. I don't want y'all struggling to hear this. Okay, I see a lot of you saying that you can hear me okay. This noise must be louder for me than it is for y'all. See, some people saying they can barely hear. Oh my God. I cannot wait to build my house. I cannot wait to just build my house. Nobody be around me. I can have quiet and peace. I don't have to deal with it. I gotta stay down till I come up. I gotta do what I gotta do. Breathe in, breathe out. You'll look back on this one day and you'll laugh and you'll be like, remember when you used to stay in that apartment and the fire alarms would go off and your big fat ass neighbor upstairs would be moving her hippopotamus ass across the floor, wake you up in the middle of the night and your neighbors throw their cigarette butts in front of your patio. Remember that? And I'll look back on that and be like, man, I came a long way. But guess what? I'm not there right now. Anyway, so um where was I, y'all? It is so hard for me to formulate my thought with this noise behind me. Where was I at, y'all? Y'all help me out. Where did I just leave off? Where I just left off, guys. I'm gonna really need y'all support through this stream tonight. If we're gonna get through this stream tonight, I'm gonna need y'all help. What was I just talking about, y'all? Please help your big sister out. Please. Oh, son having a fever. Thank you. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Ivy. Woo. Thank you, Cece. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, Ty. Y'all, please bear with me. Thank you. All my life, I've had to fight. Oh, oh. Yeah, okay. So that's what I was going to say. So my son had a fever. So I called his daddy and I said, excuse me, son got a fever. The fever is like 98. So it's high, but it's not high enough to go to ER, but it's also high enough where he's going to need some Tylenol. I was like, if I have to go to the ER, I'm going to be in there all night and they're going to charge me $10,000 for Tylenol. So I said, could you please send me $30 to get him some Tylenol, some baby Tylenol? I'm going to read these super chats in a second, guys. That man said to me, verbatim, and I quote, on my son's life, on my mother's life, God bless the dead. On my grandmother, Annie Lee Nelson's life, God bless the Queen Mother ancestor. On our ancestor, Francis Cress Welsing. On our ancestor, Malcolm X. On my life, on the life of my child. That man said these words to me, I'll never forget in my life. That man said to me, tell one of them niggas to get it for you. You wanted to be single, then be a single mom. And that was back in the day for Western Union. Okay. That was back before we had Cash App and Zelle. We didn't have none of that. That was when you had to physically go to Walmart, give them cash, and I asked him to Western Union me $30. 30 $30. He told me, you want to be single? Be a single mom. Tell one of them niggas to do. I had no desire to put this man on child support. I had no desire to enter into the system. I had no desire to do any of that. But guess what I did, guys? Can y'all take a wild guess at what I did after he told me that? Who wants to guess? Who wants to guess who got in the car and what office I drove down to? Y'all let me know in the chat. Can you take a wild guess after he told me that? Where was my next stop? Where did I get a car and drive to the next day? Woo! There you go, Lil. It's a child support. I was on my way to child support. I was on my way to child support. Coat. I was on my way to child support, child support, child support. Boy, I never have driven somewhere so fast. Wait a minute, sis. Sis, you funny AF. Y'all ain't see Ariana Lee comment. Talk about Byron. Girl, it was at that moment I became a baby mama. Baby, I flew to the child support office. You hear me? I'm talking about I did not stop. I did not go past go. I did not collect. I straight to child support, baby. You hear me? That conversation happened at around 7 p.m. that night. That child support office opened at 8 a.m. next day. Baby, I was in line at the child support office at 7:55 a.m. the next day. Show up with the quickness. Oh, baby, don't even worry about it, baby. Oh, baby, don't even worry about it. I said, hold on now. Babies can die from a fever. A 98-degree fever for us is we can be all right. For an infant, a 6-month-old child, that can kill them. Do y'all know I had to sit in that ER that night? I went to the ER around 8 o'clock. I did not get out of that ER till almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I was breastfeeding, so my tit was out all in the emergency room. It was freezing. I didn't think I would be there that long, so I did not bring food. I was starving, eating vending machine food, okay, with change that I found under the seat. That's how broke I was. Baby crying, baby sweating, baby hot. I don't know if it was something in the water. It was 1,000 babies in that damn emergency room that night. Because normally if you have a baby, you get to skip the line. Everybody had their babies in there. I was like, oh, yeah, this is sick. And I'll never forget holding my baby on my tit, cold, in this ER, wanting to die. I wanted to die. My mother had died 6 months prior. My child was sick. I literally was like, God, just take me. I was literally holding my child like, what? I had just gotten my ass whooped. I thought I was doing the right thing by leaving this man whooping my ass. I did the right thing, left, but I had no plan, no money. I'm sleeping in my car, in this emergency room, holding this 6-month-old child on my tit, on the verge of a breakdown. I want to cry right now thinking I can't even talk about it. And whoo, it was at that moment where I was at child support the next morning. Now, let's see how this story go differently when the man tell the story. Okay. The man tell the story, you know what I'm saying, baby mom put me on child support, you know what I'm saying? She don't want to see nigga have stuff. She don't want to see. Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Are there some women who put their child father on child support when they shouldn't? Yes. Most of the time when that happens, the woman feels defeated. Usually when that happens, the woman trusted the man that they were going to be together. The man decides that he's going to just up and leave, get with someone else, and then wonders why the woman has this desire to have vengeance. Okay? Certain things in life are not right, but there are also certain things in life that you have to understand how your actions may affect that person and be ready for whatever possible repercussions come from that. Is it right that some women get bitter and get upset and put you on child support? No. But was it also right for you to impregnate her and then be like, I just don't need you no more. Don't call me. I'll call you. No. That is an attack on a woman's womb. You knew before you lay with that woman that you didn't want to, be with her. So if you attack a woman's womb, she's going to attack your wallet. Women value their womb. Men value their money. When you make a woman think we're going to be together, because again, if y'all are raw being ejaculated inside a woman, she think you want to be with her. And I'm talking about women, y'all. I'm not talking about little girls. I'm not talking about fots. I'm not talking about whores. I'm talking about women. A normal woman. You cannot sit raw D, ejaculate inside, have this woman pregnant, and then be like, I want to move on. Knowing the stigma that is going to follow her forever. You can move on, them kids never existed, and still get praised by your peers and act like, oh, them baby mamas. You can do that. She cannot. She will have this baby in tow forever. So of course you attack her womb. She coming for your wallet. Duh. I don't feel bad for Negroes. Yes, the alarm stopped. Thank you. Buddha, Allah, Jesus, white, black Jesus, baby Jesus, teenage Jesus. Thank you, all of y'all. Woo. Pay where they play. Child support. You let the men tell it, all men are on child support unjustly. Okay. This is why I tell ladies, when the men sit and say, oh, don't get with these women that have children, y'all need to start saying, don't get with these men that have children. Because guess what? If he is on child support, that means that a third of his income is going to a whole nother household that he does not even live in. And you as a woman should never sign up to be with a man who currently owes other women money. They want to seem like men are not less valuable after they have children. Yes, you are. Your income is now dispersed to other households that we're not even in. We now have to sit and take care of bills and resources for a home that we do not eat, sleep, shit, and fuck in. Yes, he loses value, but we don't talk about that point. This is why we need to do things the right way and get married before we have these children. Our next live stream, we're going to be reviewing and reacting to Anton Daniels, How I Use My Marriage to Get Rich. So we can talk about prenups, talk about all these men talk about what's the value in marriage and this and that. We are going to really break this down out of the mouth of a masculine married black man on how the truth is these Negroes are out here worried about nothing. Okay. This is why if you are not ready to marry someone, you should not be ready to have a child with them, period. Okay. So if you have a child with a woman you're not with, then you're going to have to come out your pocket for that child regardless. Okay. Anton Daniels is the man. Okay. He came across my feed. And when I tell you finding that man channel had to be the best thing that ever happened to me, I talked about him on the last live. I said, thank God. I said, finally, I have been waiting for someone like this. He doesn't pander to either side. He don't make excuses. He's masculine. He's married. He gets out of business. Thank you. He's not hurt. He's not no hurt ass nigga. I said, how refreshing. Thank you for the super chat of $9.99, Taylor Brooks. Oh no, the super chats disappeared. Where are they? Oh no, guys, I'm sorry if you sent a super chat and went away. Oh no. I'm sorry, guys. I hate that they do that. Why do they make them go away? Okay, Maya, reject the single father. I love that. We're gonna make a t-shirt. Reject single dads. His money is dispersed other places. Life is hard enough in a two-income home with two people. Let alone two of us gotta put our income together to survive and then take some of the income and disperse it to a whole nother household. Oh hell no. Okay, so then what the men do, we talked about this before too. The mother needs something from the father, and he be like, I don't understand when men say, my baby mama tripping, I'm doing the best I can. What does that mean? Let's really break that down. You're doing the best you can. All right, so your child has daycare for the week. They need pull-ups, they need snacks. If the mother is asking you for money towards that, and it shouldn't even be towards it, it should really be It should be either half and half if you guys are splitting 50-50 custody, or if she is keeping the child full time, because most men have to work. Most men do not have time to be out here on some nanny 911 stuff. They just don't. The average man is not about to waste his time sitting around changing pampers and clothes all day. They're not. Most men, it's not that they don't want to have their children full time, it's that they have to work. A man is truly wasting his value sitting around changing pull ups. So, majority of the time, children will be with their mother. And let me tell you how petty men can be in their fathering. A man would rather say, you know what, I'll take full custody of my child. Then I say, well, who gonna watch the child when I'll hire a nanny. The men would rather get custody of their kids and hire a nanny before having to send money to the mother. Yes, ladies. Yes, ladies. If you all have little sisters, little cousins, any young ladies, put them on this stream. Sit them down. These are the conversations that I wish someone had with me when I was a teenage girl. They just say, don't get pregnant. Nobody ever breaks down the true deep science behind why. Little sisters, get in here. Ian Camp, thank you for the super chat, $14.99. He says women don't look at single dads the way a lot of men look at single mom. It's probably time they did, though. Absolutely. Okay. Half of the time they talk about don't get with a woman as a single mom. Half of the time, them kids with the daddy on the weekend, the daddy giving her child support. Half of the time, he don't got to sit and take on financial responsibility for them children. She getting money. She getting another nigga money into the household. Now, when you're dating a man with children, his money going out the household. This is real life. This is why everybody should be humble, and nobody should be saying, don't date baby mamas or don't date baby dad. No one should be saying that. Everybody should get real humble, because everybody out here hunching. Unless you are completely celibate, not having any intercourse, no one should be looking down on someone because they have children. Because if you are having intercourse anyway, it's a risk that children can be produced. So everybody just need to humble themselves and quiet down. Okay, y'all at level 10. Everybody need to bring this down to a level 3. I say this all the time. Black people need to humble themselves. Anonymous user says, normally I'm scared of tall women, and you should be. We're from Amazonia. We're the top 1% of women. 1%. Let that sink in. 1% of women look like me. You should be afraid. Very afraid. Be afraid. It's an Amazon. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's an Amazon. You should be afraid. Anyway, where was I? So you're gonna pay the child support anyway. Okay. Okay. You gotta come out your pocket regardless for this child, either way. Ladies, do you know why they have a problem paying the child support? It's not about the actual dollar amount of the child support. It's not about that. You know what it's about? It's about them having to give money to a woman whose vagina he no longer has access to. That is unnatural. Every time a man has to send money to a woman that he is not even with, sleeping with, and is not only is he not sleeping with her, but another man is, and he got to send money to her, every payment he makes, it eats a little piece of his heart out more and more. I'm saying this 10 times during this stream, ladies. Men pay where they play. If they are not playing there, they do not want to pay there. Okay? It's not about the money. They have to spend money on the child regardless. It's about being told what to do. It's about having to send money to vagina he's not getting. When you see a man who has multiple children by multiple different women and treats them differently, why? It's because he treats the children based upon his relationship with the mother or based upon how much access he has to the mother. Okay? I had a homegirl a few years back, had a son, child, you know, when she would go to her baby daddy and pull up on him, talk about she need money for the baby. Do you know this is sure we would be over there sitting around talking, as sure as I am black, that boy would be at that window, knocking on the window. Every time he had to give her some money, he was coming to collect. Y'all watch my video about how men come to collect with sex? Oh, every time she had her hand out, he had his thing out. He surely did. He did not want to be giving money to a woman that he wasn't getting that thing. That's why when I asked my baby daddy for $30, he told me, "You better tell a nigga to do it." Basically, what he's saying is, I ain't getting that puss no more. So you better ask whoever is getting that puss to do it. Excuse me, this is your child. You didn't give birth to me. Okay, this child got nothing to do with any of that. But men do not think that way, ladies. And the worst thing you can do is think that they think the way you do, because they do not. Okay? Um, mm. So heard men, you talking about, oh, did you do this for your child? Man, you know what I'm saying? No, come back, mama. She always trying to do that. She always trying to control me. She always trying to tell me when to do or what to do something. She always trying to. Wait a minute. We asked you about your child. Have you all noticed that when you ask a man about his child sometimes, for somehow, some way, we got to hear about the mother? F the mom. We didn't ask you about the mom. We asked you about the child. Why? The child is the reflection of the mother. He don't want to do for the child because in his mind, he's doing something to make it easier on the mom. He don't want to pay the child support. He don't want to get the kids on the weekend. I remember when my son was a baby and I tried to come up with a co-parenting agreement. And I was like, okay, I'll get him Monday through Friday. You get him Saturday and Sunday. That fool told me, I'm not getting him on the weekend so you can go out with guys. That's what he told me. Right hand of God if I'm lying on my child life. Because he ain't had no license. I said, so you got no license. So you cannot get him back and forth to daycare. So I'll get him during the weekday to get him back where he need to go. And I'll drop him off to you Friday nights, pick him up Sunday nights. That fool say no. He said, no, I'm not getting him on the weekend. He can go be with dudes. Why you worry about me, sir? Y'all got to stop worrying about the mother. F the mother. You wanted to be with her, you would have been with her, you would have acted right. If you didn't want to be with her, if you want to abuse her, if you want to be with somebody else, that's fine. But none of that takes away you being a father to your children. Oh, my baby mama won't let me see my kids. Won't let you see your kids. Go to court. My baby mama won't let me see my kids is the number one deadbeat dad starter kid. She won't let you. You're a grown man. What do you mean she won't let you see your kids? Go to court. You got the brand new Jordans. You was just at the day party. You got the PS5. So now all of a sudden you don't got money to go fight for your child to get custody or visitation. She won't let me see my kids. Oh well. Guess I can't be a father. Find somebody else to play with. Okay. Um. So, ladies, this is why establishing committed relationship before having those children is so crucial. You have to look at the traits and characteristics of this man and decide. Because I told y'all my problem is so many of y'all have children with a man that has qualities that you saw prior to getting pregnant. You saw this. He was cheating on you, lying to you, running around town, all that before you got pregnant. You get pregnant, have the children, then end up leaving the man for all this stuff he was doing before your ass got pregnant. You have to really get to know a man. Be ready to commit to a man before you have these children. Because he will, 90% of the time, he will father those children based upon how you and his relationship is. Remember, ladies, men are territorial, they are primal. They take it extremely personally when they lose control and authority over their seeds. That's not something that they just are like, oh, whatever. It feels like a personal attack on them, even if they are the one that emptied the clip inside your BJ. Because of their primal nature, they're not thinking that way. They don't think that way. They're primal. Very basic, very primal. Okay? Yes, I don't know how many women got to have children before we learn that having a baby does not keep a man. Okay? Haru Jr. says, women tend to think things are abusive. Do you think it's wrong to put off giving your wife a child so you can enjoy your sex life a little bit? I mean, it's not right or wrong. A child come into the world when both parties want it to. I can't answer that question. I don't know. I can't answer that question. Nobody is right or wrong. It's right when both parties decide that they're ready. No one can decide that someone else should be ready. Okay. So, ladies, when you do not have a good relationship, aka committed marriage with a man before you have the children, you are taking a major risk. Okay. You have to really be sure that if you're going to sit and have these children, that this is the man you can be with and stay with. Because you do not want to end up like so many women where the man, he take care of some kids over here, don't take care of these kids, give this one to run around, give this. You don't want to end up like that. Okay. Men do not be paying child support into homes that other men are in. It's unmasculine. It attacks their manhood. It is not comfortable for them. No man is happy doing that. This is why so many men, in order for them to move on, this is how deadbeat dads are born through women. Let me explain what I mean by that, ladies, before y'all get upset. Okay. Most deadbeat dads are not deadbeat dads because they woke up one day and said, I'm going to be a deadbeat. Most deadbeat dads are deadbeats because they cannot afford to either be with the new woman or court and date other women and pay their child support at the same time. Y'all ladies, again, just please listen to what I'm saying. The men are not necessarily like, they're not waking up like, I want to be a deadbeat. I aspire to this my whole life. No, what happens is these men, their backs get against the wall. Here, my paycheck. Okay, a third is supposed to go to child support, but I still want to get, my baby mama ain't giving me no puss. I should get some puss. That means I still got to take this other woman out to eat. I still got to finesse her. I still got to. So you know what he ends up doing? He like this, child support, puss. He like this. He going direction of puss. Men are primal. He more than likely is going to go in a direction of his lower nature. You cannot compete against a horny man. Why do you think so many women end up in permanent cycles of sleeping with their baby daddy in situationships out of fear that if she stops sleeping with him, that his parenting will change? You know why so many women do that? Because they're right, it will change. You want to get that child support where he can get that P. The minute he can't get that P no more, he can't afford child support and afford to go out here finessing for new P. This is why I'm sick to my stomach when I see all these men promote having multiple women, promote sleeping with multiple women, promote having rotations, forever bachelor lifestyles, all of these activities that produce children. Then tell the woman, abort your babies or get on birth control. It's your fault. Have these babies and be stigmatized the rest of your life and don't ask us for nothing and don't call the white man on us. Like, come on, stop, stop. Let's be serious. Like, look what y'all saying. Stop this. You cannot have it both ways. Y'all cannot promote loose sex, rotational women lifestyles, and in the same breath condone single mothers. You cannot tell women, how can y'all as men tell women that they should get on birth control? How y'all gonna tell women that? And then, do y'all even understand what birth control is? Do you understand the effects of it? Do you understand the risk of it? No, you don't. Stay out women business. Then if you tell these women, go get their pregnancies annulled. Let me stop saying that ABR word because they're gonna let's tell the women get their pregnancies annulled. Let's tell them get on birth control. Then when these women become sterile and can't reproduce, then you'll say, oh bitch, you're useless. You can't even have kids. Ladies, the truth is, men don't want to see us accountable. Men don't want to see us accountable. Okay? Because even once a woman is accountable for her actions, then it becomes, if you want her accountable, okay, well, get on birth control. Okay, so she does that. Birth control, make it so she can't never have kids. The pregnancy getting annulled, make it so she can't never have kids. You can't have children. What good are you? You don't even have a womb. Not wanting women to be accountable. That is wanting women to be punished. Let that sink in. They don't want you accountable. They want you punished. They want to set you up in a way that is lose for you and create an illusion that they're somehow winning. Meanwhile, their own children are being raised by another man. They're behind on child support. Half of the time, their children low key resent them. They owe the Department of Revenue. They can't even get driver's licenses or homes because child support on their back. That's not about accountability. That's about punishment. And I get it, fellas. It attacks your manhood. It attacks your territorial and primal nature to see your children in the home with another man taking care of them. To see your children don't even deal with you no more because they like they stepdaddy more. I understand how that must hurt a lot of y'all, man. I'm sorry for that. And I can only imagine how damaging that is for y'all. But it is what it is. You still gotta be a father. I don't care if you cannot stand the mother of your children. I don't care if you don't like her. It doesn't matter. Being a father has to stop being a conditional thing. When we ask about your children, we want to hear about the children. We don't want to hear about your children. And to respond to things about your children, the first thing out your mouth is something about the mother. Okay? We need for Black men to start holding other Black men accountable. I don't care about how much that's your homeboy. I don't care about how much, oh, that's my dog. I don't want to hear no excuse about you don't know who's a deadbeat or who's not. It's going to be up to the men. I can sit here on this broadcast until I'm blue in the face and talk about, oh, what men need to do in regards to their children. It's not going to matter. The only thing that is going to the only thing that is going to stop this crisis, because yes, I consider it a crisis. Okay. When we have young girls, when they're asked, what is the purpose of a father? And they genuinely, in a very innocent way, genuinely do not know the purpose of a father. That means there are way too many Black men that are not taking care of their children. Stop letting other Black men make excuses. We don't want to hear it. We do not want to hear that any reason of why you are not in your children's life is because of the mom. You're a grown ass man. Okay. You're a grown ass man. You are in control of yourself. You are in control of yourself, and we don't want to hear it. You do not get to choose how you father your children based upon how you're feeling about the mother at that day. Okay. I pinned the link if you guys do want to come in and give your 2 cents and give your opinion. I did put the link pinned um in the chat. When you come on, you don't have to show your face, but you do need to have some kind of name up there. I don't care if it's your real name, but do not put question now. Do not put anonymous user. I'm not going to sit there and call you anonymous user in question now. If you want to come in, you have got to have some type of name that I can call you on there. If not, I will not be accepting you on. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Cat over here looking at me. Hey, girl. Hey, beauty. Hey, baby. Looking at me like, what are you doing? Um, Ladies, I don't care if this is your boyfriend talking about, but I love him. No. I don't care if, well, we're engaged. No. I don't care if we've been together 5 years. No. No, no, and no. If you are not ready to say, I want to marry this person, I want to be with this person the rest of my life, you do not have the children. Okay. Whenever, and like I said, I was using Dwayne Wade as an example. You know, Dwayne Wade over here with Gabrielle, with her stepchildren, big happy family, ha ha kiki. And then the mother don't wrote her off as quote unquote crazy, put her under a gag order, and the way they feel about the mother does affect things. You have to be very careful with the relationship before you do it. Okay. The men have no problem setting standards when it comes to their fatherhood. They have no problem saying, if you do not give my child my last name, I will leave that child and abandon that child. They don't have a problem saying that. That's how deep it goes for them. So do not let them tell you marriage is just a piece of paper. Because when we turned around and told them, well, marriage is just a piece of paper, then on this white man's paperwork, I'm putting my last name because I don't have your last name. Okay. We don't need to get married as a white man paperwork, and then their name is not on that white man paperwork, and they will sit here and tell you that it'll be in your best interest to give the child their last name, or else they will abandon that child. That's some seriousness right there. Ladies, why do we not have that same level, that same strict standard? Okay. Um, Ladies, please share this with young ladies. This needs to be broken down this way. A lot of young girls, what happens is you're young, you're in love, you think, oh, we're going to be here forever. We have the whole lives ahead of us. Too many young girls do not have older women to sit and break down how this is going to look in 5 years from now, how it's going to look in 10 years from now, and the risk it is to have the children first and then turn around talking about, okay, now I'm going, it's extremely dangerous. Okay. Anonymous user, you need to have a name. I'm not calling you anonymous user. I don't care if it's a fake name. You could put Tyrone, you could put Pookie, you could put Deontay, but I'm not calling you anonymous user. So when y'all come on, y'all need to make sure y'all have a real name on there. I don't care if it's not your actual name, but there need to be a name up there. Okay. I'm not playing them games with y'all tonight. I need y'all to follow basic instructions. I thought y'all would have wanted some smoke tonight. It's real quiet. Thank you, Michael, for the super chat of $4.99. He said, "We love women." I know that's right. Hello. Straight black pride. no gender wars, okay? Holding both sides accountable, no pandering, keeping it real. We don't deal with fairy tale foo foo fifi here. We deal with the reality. We don't talk about the perfect world. We talk about the real world. And I see y'all Negroes ain't want no smoke tonight. I just knew y'all was gonna have smoke. But one thing about logic and truth is it cannot be debated. So I guess I will end my evening here. I'm gonna draw me a warm bath and pour me a beverage. I'm gonna put on a nice silky robe. I'm gonna moisturize my skin. I just got a new green tea gel mattress. Okay, I'm about to put my new Egyptian cotton sheets in the dryer. Put on my satin robe. Pour me up a drink. And honey, it's gonna be a good night for me. Okay, we have one person here. Oh, I'm about to say y'all well, y'all want to say nothing but a word. Y'all ain't want no smoke. Oh, y'all ain't said nothing but words. I was ready, honey. Uh, Shishi, Wagwan.
Hi, how you doing, Six? Uh,
Shishi.
can you hear me?
Can y'all hear Shishi? Shishi,
Can you hear me?
you're on.
Okay. So I just had my first child
Do
at
y'all hear
30.
Shishi or no?
Can you hear me?
Hold on. Let me see. Maybe I need. Oh, hold on. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Wait. Shishi.
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay. Hold on. Wait. Let me turn off the background music. Hold on. How you doing, Shishi?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing good. What do you have to add for our topic tonight?
Well, it's an interesting topic, and I must say the comment section is kind of scary. Some of the comments I'm seeing from some of the guys. I just had my first baby at 30. Um,
Congratulations,
Thank you.
new mommy.
Uh, my
How
fiance
are you
and I.
feeling?
You know what? That's what I was going to elaborate on. I actually had her in January, and I entered therapy in March
Okay.
because it was so difficult. Like, it was such a culture shock for me. Um, not being able to leave a house, not being, as fly as I used to be, getting back in shape and all of that stuff. And then my fiance, our sex life changed, and it was really like a hard shift for me and him. And so when I see men, and some women kind of downplaying how important parenthood is, um and acting like it's not the most important job in the world, you know is heartbreaking, because we out here constantly saying, we fighting for Black lives and Black Lives Matter, but then when it comes to taking care of the children, it seems to be a lot of miscommunication.
Mm-hmm.
When
Mm-hmm.
they're supposed to be the most important thing, we're supposed to be on one accord when it comes to children. I mean, even step parents, need to get over whatever issue they got going on to raise these children so that they become productive adults, and so that we can have this mythical kingdom and queendom for real,
Mm-hmm.
that we keep pretending that we have.
Yes. That. Ooh, sis. When I say I want to pass you a collection plate, I talk about that all the time. We talk about what we want. We talk about what we're not gonna do. We talk about everything except what's best for them children. We downplay the fact that women are really out here risking their lives. You know what I'm saying? Risking their whole lives to be mothers. And we sit and we reduce it down to something like it's just not that big a deal.
Yeah,
Do y'all
definitely.
hear an echo? Do y'all hear an echo on y'all side? Let me know. You do hear it? I don't remember how I stopped the echo last time. I did stop the echo last time. I can't remember how I really did it. I think I have the sound connected on the wrong device. That's why. But sis, thank you for your commentary. I agree with you 100%. For you, what you're going to need to do is really try your best to get your baby on a schedule. Are you nursing or are you bottle feeding?
I'm nursing. She's on my titty right now.
Girl, I remember them days. I breastfed my son for 14 months straight. He never touched a bottle, never a drop of formula, never touched his
Bless
tongue.
you.
I told myself I was going to breastfeed as long as he wanted to. And then one day at 14 months old, we were at Walmart and I had him in the buggy. And we went and we were riding past. They had this big bin of sippy cups and they were all colorful. Honey, we rode past that bin of sippy cups. He saw them sippy cups and was like, I want. Girl got that sippy cup and never touched the breast ever again.
Well, I hope
So
that's in
I'm
my
very proud
future.
of you for breastfeeding, sister, because I know it is not easy. But don't give up. Okay. I know you don't feel sexy. Okay. I know that it can be a little bit daunting, but it really is for the best. So don't give up on that. Okay.
Yes, bless you. And after I breastfeed, I'm gonna have to hit you back up about my titties because you serving the
So you're
girls.
gonna have to what, sis?
I'm gonna have to hit you up about my titties because your girls are still serving.
Girl, because honey, them things gonna fall to the floor, honey. Baby, by the time you done doing all that breastfeeding, honey, yes, baby, because who? It is not a game. What
Uh,
them things say, do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? Can you throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your tits hang low?
yeah, I'm almost there.
You gonna be all right, though, sis. And try to get married now, sis.
What'd you say?
I said, now try to get married too now, sis.
Yes, it's my fault though. We're waiting on a backyard wedding, and my husband, well, fiance, I call him my husband, but we're already fixing up the backyard. We on our way
Okay, girl. Don't play no games, girl.
there. You have a good night.
You too, sister.
Bye bye.
Okay. I forgot what I did last time on how I was avoiding this echo. I don't remember how I avoided the echo last time. I also don't hear myself in my earphones anymore. Let me see. Hmm. I'm trying to think how I can fix this. Oh, let me see. Okay. See, now I can't do that. Okay, so up next is going to be Ken Sean. Let me just see if I can fix this real quick. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Let me see. I'm not sure uh why my sound doesn't sound connected. Bluetooth, AirPods. Elijah, do you have your Bluetooth mouse? Can it plug into an iPhone? Oh, dang. I'm not quite sure how I can do this. I don't know why the Bluetooth is okay. Hmm. Let me try this. Yeah, I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what I did differently last time. I don't know. Last time I had it, I had the sound working so perfect. Now all of a sudden, it ain't working no more. Is this dead? This is dead. Oh, let me see something, y'all. Hmm. No, it ain't dead. I don't know why it's doing that. That's so weird. Um, it's echoing on my side. Is it not echoing for y'all? Because when the people come on, it's gonna be. Does it sound good for y'all? I said never mind. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like literally, let me see. Oh, hold on. Oh, let me see. How you doing, Kenshawn?
Good night. How you doing? Good night,
I'm
everyone.
good. How are you? Good night.
Um,
So what do you what opinion do you have on the subject?
well, first of all, I'd like to say, awesome, shows that you bring on and the topics that you bring on. Um, I
Thank
must
you.
give you so much homage for, speaking, to the femininity and your growth in it and your parents' growth. I really appreciate that from a man's perspective. From a, you know, they have this alpha or masculine thing. Man is a man. So I really appreciate you doing that, and helping the women, speaking to them from those perspectives. But about this topic
Mm-hmm.
tonight, I would say I don't have kids. um I'm 42. All right, so I would like to be able to buy a house with property for my kids or my future wife. So I know I have to do the work as a man. And so um, that doesn't mean that I don't want to be cuddled or with a woman, but it just means that in life you have to pay, and whether it's fair or
Right.
unfair. But in my past relationship, when I wanted to create a child, we actually believed that we should agree before we conceive this child. And so I spoke to the parents about that, and we all agreed in consent that we are sexually active, and a child may come out of this, but we want that to be like that. And so, in
Mm-hmm.
terms of to the men, if you're gonna go out here making kids and then you think that it's gonna hurt your single life, you gotta put this in perspective, man.
Mm-hmm.
It messes up every nobody wins.
Yep.
And I'll just the mic on that.
Yeah, and you know what? I agree with that. I think we do have to be more intentional. We have to be adults, okay? We have to start having a plan. We, can y'all hear me? Okay, I see what I did. Okay, can y'all hear me? Okay. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay. Um. Yeah. Thank you, my brother. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what just happened there. Joy, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing tonight?
I'm feeling well. I've just got your book and I'm looking at I just got the text that it's been shipped. So I'm really excited. I love your content. Ever since the Kamala video, I love you. I just have a question for you.
Okay.
I want to know, how do you, after you've gone through rejection from your son's father, and I'm talking from my personal experience, what's the type of mindset that you suggest women adopt to really flourish, like to attract their Russell Wilson, to really, you know, to really glow up. Because when you have a regular breakup from a man, it's just whatever. But when it's your son's father and you see him moving on, you see him on the gram, you see him living his life, it's kind of like, damn, it can be a lot. And no matter how strong we are, I know Black women, we're strong. I know we're resilient. I know we got it going on. But some days my son's 11. Some days it feels like, whoo, So I guess I'm just asking, like, what's that? I mean, is it surrendering to your God? Is it just,
Jesus ain't gonna help you in this situation. Jesus, I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. You need to look as good as you possibly can, and you need to pretend like your baby daddy died. Pretend like he died. I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. Too many times as a woman, like you said, you seeing him on social media, you shouldn't be following him on social media. You shouldn't even know what he posted on social media. That he should be dead to you. And he should be like a dead man. And the only time he resurrects from the dead is when you have to discuss something about your son with him.
Come on now.
Other men can smell your baby daddy on you. So many women, because you have that's a lifelong bond. You have a child with someone, so many women, that bond is still showing. It's still seeping through your skin. Other men see it and they feel it. So you have to give him back to the streets and act as though he passed away. Pretend he passed away in a tragic car accident.
Girl, you speaking nothing but the truth.
Erase all thoughts of him. Block him on all social media. Do not see him. Your son is 11 years old. He old enough where you could say, oh, your daddy here gone. Do not walk him out there. Do not drop him off. If it is a situation where you got to meet up, send your mom, sister, homegirl. Do not see him.
Girl. No, and listen, I hear you 100%. And when my brother was taking him to Virginia, because he's in Maryland, when my brother was taking him, I was feeling so good. And then I ended up taking him back and meeting in our spot in Virginia, and it messed with my energy. So you're right. You are right.
Turn into a savage. You're going to need to adopt a savage mindset. Because guess what? These men adopt savage mindsets.
You're right.
That situation. They're going to do what's best for them, and they're going to get theirs regardless.
You're right.
Coming over here, looking at his social media, every time you see him, it's pulling on your heartstrings. Fuck him. He's dead. Dead. Back to the streets. Now, what else you need to do is get your baby, pack him a bag, get in the car, you and him, tell him put on his seatbelt. Okay? Get in the car and safely drive to his father's house. Tell him, have a good time, sweetie. Tell him, go inside. Then as soon as your baby get out the car, get to that front door. As soon as you see your baby daddy open that door, you need to do a donut out the parking lot. Skirt! You need to go skirt. And when he call you later on, talking about come get him, be like, I'm at the gambling house playing dice and my phone about to die. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Sis, I'm gonna tell you this now. You take this as you want to. There is a story in the Bible about King Solomon, where the two women were claiming to be mothers of the child, and they couldn't tell who was the real mother. And so they said, this is how we're gonna find out. They said, okay, well, since you don't know who the mother is, we will slice the baby in half. Okay. So one of the women sat back like, okay, fine, slice the baby in half. The other mother said, okay, let her have the baby then.
Yeah.
That's how they knew who the mother was. The one who was willing to give up her child and sacrifice her child if it meant keeping them alive in a better position. Now, I know you love your son, honey. I am a boy mom too, and believe me, I get it. But your son is 11.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Wait, you broke up a little bit. Hold on 1 second. You said my son is 11. Let him. Then you broke up a little bit.
Let him go live with his dad.
I've been thinking that, and it's like it's been on my heart, and I feel like the societal pressure I put on myself about would I be abandoning my child, girl? Like,
Sis, does your baby daddy feel that way?
listen, I'm gonna have to investigate,
He
because
said he out here living his best life, sweetie.
right, just bought a house and
And
everything,
guilt about his son living full time with you.
right, in a whole nother state, girl.
Your son is about to start developing pubic hair, erections, curiosity about. He need to be with his dad.
Girl.
So while your baby daddy over there doing the whipping and nay, talking about city boy, hot boy summer, drop him off on that doorstep and drive off.
Skirt. Whoo!
Don't call me, baby. I'll call you.
Call you. And I mean, whoo. You and
And
like
that way you can go get you a man and get you some business so you can stop looking at your baby daddy's social media, girl. Let me tell you something. You need to do the same way these men do. See, your baby daddy out here, hot boy summer with all these chicks. And so he meet these chicks and they be like, you got any kids? And he be like, I got one, but he live with his mama. So them bitches is like, okay, well, fuck them kids then. Them kids don't live with you. We can do our stuff.
exactly.
So now what's gonna happen if you send your son to go live with him? When you go to date and go get you a husband, like I said, you need to be looking real good.
I got you on that.
He say, do you have children? Yup, but they with their daddy.
Right. And you said this.
I got a son, but baby, I look good. He stay with his daddy. How you doing? Okay.
How you doing?
Boys need their mother's nurturing early on.
And I've given him that, girl, for 11 years. 11
That's what
years.
I'm saying, sis. Yeah. A good mother know when it's time to say to hell with them children. See, when you're a truly good mother, you can say to hell with them children, and it's okay. Same with fathers. If you're a real father, you can say to hell with them children sometimes. Real parents know what I'm talking about. Because your children know you love them, but you know you do your part. You do have done your part, sis. It's time to your life. Send him with his father. He is too old to be with you.
And that's an African tradition as well. It's nothing for African women to, send their child with, just the primal basics of hunting and just being a man. It's like, I can do a lot. I can't teach my son to be a man. My father's here. My mother's here. My father is a great masculine older presence. But it's just like, I'm like, why do women always take on the burden of raising a whole boy?
Because we're told that makes us good mothers.
Right.
We're told that if we send our children to live with their fathers, that it's abandoning the children. No, the hell it's not. It's just as much his kid as mine. Exactly. Now, if you had a daughter, I would say no. Your daughter need to be with you, learn how to be a woman. But you got a son that's 11. See ya, skirt.
Yeah.
And look good and go out there, sis, and date and do you and be living your best life. And block your baby daddy, pretend he died. Okay, sis?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it because he got father in his bio. I'm like, bruh, but you only see him in the summer. Like, I just.
I would have been like, father. Oh, baby, you ain't said nothing but a word. I got you. Okay. He over there in the club right now. Talk about.
Yeah, these Instagram dads, these Facebook dads, it's a real thing. And it's like
start turning them from Facebook dads to real dads. Oh, y'all want to be dads so bad? Y'all need to start dropping them churn off with them men. Okay, a real mother will give her child to a father, even if you may want your baby with you.
I know.
Learn how to be a man. He need to be with his dad. So even though you may love your child and you want them children with you, then that boy need to be with his father. Okay?
You're right.
Good, bad, or ugly. Send him with his father. Look good as a mother. You gotta look good AF. Date and have a good time. Okay, sis.
Thank you, sis. Have a beautiful night.
You're welcome, sister. Have a good night. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I have to do this like this because there's a lot going on. D-boy. D-boy, you won. D-boy, you on. How you a D-boy with no Wi-Fi? All right. I can't read that, but something 37. How you doing?
I'm good. I didn't know you was gonna have me on. Well, I appreciate the shine.
You can turn off your camera if you want.
I'm gonna turn it off. Hold on.
Yeah, you can turn off your camera if you want. How you doing? Oh wait, did you leave? Where did you go? Oh, oh, I don't know what happened. Melinda,
Hello? Oh, hi.
how you doing?
Oh my God, I can't hear you. It's still echoing bad.
Watching it, turn that off. Turn it down or off because it's echoing like a mad. You good?
I think so. Hello?
Woo! How you doing, sister?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. What do you have? You have something you want to add?
Um, just a little something. Like I saw this post about like this guy. He said he wouldn't want his woman to pay any bills. And he was just saying that particularly for him. And some like were getting offended and all emotional, and of course they were all men, and they're like, oh, one of them said something like, oh, I'm unblocking you because you just seem emotional. I'm like, what is this guy talking about? So it's just like I just noticed a lot of men are very insecure within their own manhood, and when they see another guy on top of his, that immediately try to deflect, and it's just like gets so annoying.
Yeah, I've been told y'all men are insecure, yeah, because their survival is based upon their ability to compete. Us as women, we don't live regardless. We can live off of men. We can have men do the work for us. But with men, they have respect, regard, live or die is based upon whether or not they win. So that's why men because he knows one wrong move and it can ruin the way he's viewed, ruin his level of respect, his ability to eat. So this is why men are so when it comes to them being territorial and primary, because them competing is literally a matter of life or death. That's why I tell them, don't get involved in their shit. Don't get involved in that because they have a lot more to risk in their competing than we do. So that's why I let whatever they do, they're insecure. I'm on my business. I don't know what that feel like. So that's why they're like that. They have more at stake, you know. So that's why we got to mind our.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
But
So
thank you.
I just like,
Oh, you have something else you want to say?
no, I don't.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing, my sister.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Have a good night. Okay. We're gonna take one more. Morpheus, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. You have something you want to add?
Yeah, I see you had something about. I'm just looking at your title. You had something about the mothers, or how men feel about their mothers. Is that right?
How men parent their children based upon how they feel about the mother of their children.
Mm. Okay, so if she's a crap, if he doesn't like that woman, he's not gonna parent her that good. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, if he doesn't like the mother, it will affect the way that he parents the child because he doesn't want him doing for the child to benefit the mother that he does not like. He doesn't want to work in harmony with her. He doesn't want to um he doesn't want to let her control the situation. He doesn't want to give her money. He's not sleeping with her. He's not in her household. He has no authority, no say so. That's what I mean. That's why you can see men who have multiple children by multiple different women, and he'll have some children by one of the women, and he's a great father to those children. Then he has children from another woman and be a horrible father. This is why, because most men are going to parent based upon their relationship.
I would have to slightly disagree because generally when I see that situation, because I know dudes that have multiple kids, I'm gonna be honest with you, most of them ain't crap. They ain't going nowhere. If you see guys that's ambitious, they generally don't have multiple kids, baby moms like that.
Fact.
It's usually dudes that's not going anywhere because they had nothing to lose at that point in time.
Fact.
So like if a guy's middle,
somebody's father though, they're still somebody's father, and those children still matter.
No,
disregard those children, you know.
Absolutely. Like I have a child. I have a daughter. She's 9. Of course, I got divorced. I married her mom. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we do the co-parenting thing. I get my daughter on the weekends. I too live in Orlando. She's in Tampa. So, yeah, I do that drive.
Woo, that's that drive, boy. That I-4 West.
Tell me about it.
Well, you tearing up that I-4 West. Oh, and don't get on that I-4 West by Disney. Woo!
That's where I got to go because, you know, I live over here by Millennia.
And you know, did you know what I found out? A little side note. Do you know that they purposely slow up that traffic by Disney so that people have to sit and look at all the Disney billboards? Did you know
I've been wondering why, because when I'm coming back from Tampa, it's easy to get back from Tampa. It takes forever. I'm like, especially that Poinciana exit right there.
Oh, forget it. That exit between Poinciana and Lake Buena Vista, they purposely, and this is how much control Disney has over that portion of Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
Disney has it set up where they purposely make, it doesn't matter what time of day you go past there, it doesn't matter what day of the week, you will sit in traffic in that between those exits. And because Disney wants you to sit and read all their billboards. So I know that drive is
yes. So I get my daughter every weekend. So, you know, I'm taking that drive.
Well, I commend you for that, my brother. Seriously, that's major.
Yeah. So especially when these gas ain't getting cheaper either.
You said what?
I said the gas ain't getting cheaper either.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just, you know, I know it's what you're supposed to do, but that's why I'm telling you, I truly commend you and I'm grateful that you have committed to your fatherhood, you know, but this also goes to show how things are different when we get married before having children as well.
Well, I think my situation is a little different because, I mean, I was raised by a single mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was technically an only. Yeah, I was technically an only.
You see that? I'm sorry to cut you off, but
yeah, go ahead.
Right there is what I'm talking about. Where are our daddies? Okay, if you are in the chat right now and you were raised by a single mom, put your hand up.
I guess my hand is up.
That's the whole problem, my brother. That's why I'm having this live stream. Where were the dads? And every time we hear the story about where the dad was, somehow the story go back to, well, your mama, well, me and your mama. Fuck the mama. What about the child? What does she got to do with your child? That's my whole point in this stream. The mothers are there. Where are the fathers? Why have so many of us? Look at all these damn hands in the chat. That's a damn shame.
Well,
I was raised by a single mom too. Let me raise my hand. The caller on the phone raised by a single mom. This is ridiculous. Where the hell are you niggas? Where are you niggas?
Well, that's why it's, you know, it's important to. I feel like a lot of women don't do this, or they do it later in life. You got to judge whoever guy you're talking to by their character. Like, you ask a man's advice on a man, they're always going to say, got to judge the character first.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying? Forget how tall he is. You better look at that character first.
Okay.
And
a man that's 5'9" with good masculine character than a man that's 6'4" with terrible character. Big facts.
Yeah. So like in my situation, of course, I'm raised that way, and I've seen this pattern because I'm 33. So I've seen this pattern with people around my age that's single mom. They don't want to repeat the pattern of their dad. You know what I'm saying? Unless they're in that category where I say, ain't, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Most of the dudes I know that's have multiple kids are hood dudes.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
And not only that, but it's not their hood dudes. They had to stay hood dudes. Because the more children that a man has in more households, the more broke and the more poor he will become. This is the world. This is 2021. That's why I'm saying I don't understand why baby daddies don't carry the same stigma baby mamas take. Because for the rest of 18 years of his life plus, a third of his income will be exiting the household. We cannot afford to have 1/18 of our income leave the household. Let alone third of the income. So that's how Pookie Ray Rays stay being stuck Pookie Ray Rays.
Right.
How are you going to get ahead? It's nearly impossible. That's why we have to stop this culture of demonizing baby mamas and then allowing baby daddies to fly free.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the reason why they demonize baby mamas a lot, because I didn't see these dudes they make baby daddies have huge red flags. You know, I know a lot of women that are messing with men that have more than one baby mother. That automatically should write him off, but most women don't act that way.
Big facts.
Like I gotta even put my mom I even gotta put my mom under the bus. Because my dad, even if he was there, it would have been worse. He was super hood dude. My mom was middle class. She had no business messing with him. He was on the projects in New York. You know, and because you know, I have a daughter. I don't want her to go to that trap too. And you know, and she tell me her stories, and I look at women I know in real life. You know, y'all friends be messing you up, because she did have so suitable guys, but you know what? Her best friend said, "Ooh, girl, he boring. Go mess with so-and-so, my dad. This is in the streets."
Big facts.
That's why we guys, if you notice, we always tell you guys, stop messing with them dudes on the streets. They're not going to be there. And that's why I know you guys don't like hearing about the being on birth control. The reason why we say that, we know some of you guys want to get your, y'all want to get your freak on your whole face, whatever y'all want to call it.
No, y'all want to get y'all freak on.
Well, that's a man too, but women nowadays want to get their freak on too. Don't act like that's not happening.
Not like y'all. Nope, y'all have testosterone. We don't.
Well, of course. But what I'm saying, we live in a culture that's pushing women to do it.
Women to get on birth control so y'all can fuck and not have to worry about kids. Don't say that women get on birth control.
Well, no. What I'm saying is because
it on birth control because y'all want what? So what if all the women said, you know what? Fine, okay. If you don't want us to be single moms, we are closing our legs until we are married. Y'all niggas would have a fit.
No,
so
what I'm
push the thing of birth control so they can still get their rocks off without having to get married.
What I'm saying is this, because it seems like whatever reason, girls like these dudes, like I just said, they ain't nothing. So you really don't want to mess with them raw or without birth control, because if things happen, there's a huge history showing that he's not going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you guys in a committed relationship, you should have that conversation. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't push women to be on birth control. I do my pull out, or I do. But I do have one child, and I stepped up, and I've just been in a relationship for 5 years. I never got her pregnant, and I don't believe in abortion because I had an abortion before my first daughter. That's another reason why I stepped up, because I didn't. People think it's only women that feel an emotional bond with an abortion, but men feel it too. And I was never taught that abortion was bad. But when I took her there, I swear to God, that's when I know the Lord was real. An overwhelming feeling came over me to stop the abortion, but I ignored it. I felt like guilty about it ever then. So when I got my ex-wife.
You know why? And I hear what you're saying, but I'm going to tell you something, brother.
And
I'm going to put y'all on game. They going to hate me for saying this. But can you guess what? Do you know what the number one reason that women get abortions is?
They don't want a child from that guy. That's what I think.
Nope.
What?
They're not sure if he's the father.
That could be true too.
You're right. A lot of times she'll play the victim like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. What am I going to do? I'm getting an abortion. You've been together 5 years. You pregnant? No. And the number one reason women get an abortion is because they are not, they may know, they might kind of know. It's because they are not 100% sure of who they are.
I believe you on that one, because this girl was when I was young, and there was some possibility. Now I think about it.
The second reason for abortion is economic status.
Yeah.
The first reason is I'm not sure who the father is. The second reason is her economic status. The third reason is if she know who the father is and doesn't want him to be the father.
Right.
But number one reason is she is not sure if you the dad. So she come to you, I'm so scared I'm pregnant, knowing that she was fucking raw and letting you shoot up the club. Now she come, gave you the story, I'm pregnant, and got you feeling bad. Child, that probably wasn't even your child.
Yeah, you're right. That's a possibility. I never thought about it, but you probably right. That could have probably
That's
not been.
why your big sister. Well, I'm your little sister, but this is why your little big sister is here for y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
I
No,
appreciate you, my brother. I'll move on to the next caller.
no, no problem. All right, keep doing what you're doing.
All right, my brother. You have a good night.
You too.
Yeah, and that's why y'all man need to get DNA tests. All y'all should be getting DNA tests. I don't know why y'all be taking care of them children with no DNA. I don't care if them children look just like you. I don't care if them children got your nose. I don't care. DNA. You can get at home DNA tests. You ain't even got to go see where y'all Negroes go wrong is y'all get reactive and then you go to the women talk about I want a DNA test. No, don't tell her nothing. Kay ass to Walgreens, get you one of them at home DNA tests. You swab your mouth, it come in a kit. You swab your mouth, you swab the baby mouth, you put it in an envelope, mail it off, and they will discreetly mail you back the results and find out them children is really y'all's. Y'all need to stop taking care of them children talking about the baby look like you. The baby gonna look like you when you want it to look like you. Y'all should all be getting DNA tests. Mr. Brown, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I had
good
one.
man.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, well, go on. Listen, I had one simple point to make here about that child support.
Okay.
At what stage are these women going for this child support? Are these women that have been with a man, then they've had a baby, it's all broken down, and then they're going for child support? Or was he with the man, doing the family life, the children are maybe 3, 4, 5 years old, then it breaks down and you're going for child support? Because I'm trying to establish if it's with a man that you was with, was he not financing those children when you lot was together?
Wait, I'm sorry, I am a little bit lost.
Okay, child support, yeah?
Yes.
Women going for child support.
Okay.
Is it because they've just had a baby with somebody, they don't really know, he's not doing his part, so the baby's newborn, you've gone for child support?
Okay.
I'm saying what is happening if you're with a man, you live together, and the children are of a certain age. Is he not financing the children then? You're still not understanding.
Why is this not clicking to me? So are you saying like why does the boyfriend have to take care of the children? Like why is the father not taking care of children? The question.
No, because you're saying this. All right, there's deadbeat fathers, yeah.
Okay.
If he's a deadbeat father, then I'm assuming the child is new. The child is new in the mix. So you're only realizing now he's a deadbeat father. So it must be a baby.
Fathers normally don't wake up one day and stop being deadbeats. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So that means you're having babies with men that you don't really know then. It's not like he was living together and then he's moved out and he's refusing to now finance his children.
This can really depend. I mean, there's not really an answer to the question that you're asking. Some people don't even know each other, get pregnant on a casual note. Some people were boyfriend and girlfriend, live in and got pregnant. Like it's different. Your question, I can't really answer because there's so many different ways that can go.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So it's like some women are gonna voluntarily make themselves baby mothers then. Yeah, because there's a single mother. That's if you was with someone and the relationship broke down.
And that again, this is why we don't play that blame game, because in the same breath, the man is willingly making himself a baby daddy.
Yeah,
so
if you not,
my question is, who is more right and who is more wrong?
I would say the woman, because ultimately the responsibility is going to fall on you.
No, the responsibility, the man is the starter. Okay, women nurture what men give us. Okay, this is the way it works. It is not the power of a woman to have an empty field and create production in that field. That is not the woman's job. The woman's job is the man takes nothing, produces something, and the woman nurtures it. So without your sperm, she starts out with an empty universe. Picture a night sky with no stars. The man is the one that initiates the production. So this is why you cannot say it's on the woman. If you say that, you don't know your power as a man. You have so many men out here that tell you that they have X amount of kids, and every kid they had on purpose. I don't know if men
Yeah.
cannot control their sperm, semen. They're not doing
No,
attention. I don't know,
they
but
they
we
can,
cannot
because
play that
men are.
game of it's the women's fault. They are both equally wrong.
It's not equal. It's never going to be equal, because ultimately, when it breaks down,
You
the
can be
woman.
equally wrong without sharing an equal consequence. Does that make sense? I think you're
Exactly.
looking at
Aha.
consequence. No, the
Exactly.
woman definitely has worse consequence than the man.
Yes.
However, once the
Yeah.
children are there, they're there. It's like some of y'all want these children to die or something. Once these
No.
children
No.
are
No. No.
here, they're here. It's too late. We're not going to
Yeah.
focus more on who was right or wrong on how they got here. They're here now. So the issue is
So.
we're talking about when we're creating these children, you
Yeah.
share an equal responsibility. And by your logic, we could, if
Mm-hmm.
you're playing it your way, we could say it's actually more of the man's fault because the man is the leader and the authority and the producer. The man is the one where the woman has nothing here and he implants something there. So that's why that logic you have is dangerous because it leads
It's
to
not.
a
It's
blame
not.
game and it leads us
It's
to
not
getting to the
dangerous. Do you know why it's not dangerous? Because if you can say the women have the greater consequence, yeah, then surely your thinking should be this is going to impact on me more than it will on him. Because at the end of the day, he can leave me or I can kick him out. It's not
This is
vice
my
versa.
question for you, brother. What your logic, what does that solve?
What does it solve? It's called accountability, isn't it? Because if as a
The
woman, you
women are
know,
already accountable. Her life
they're
will
not.
make her
Do you
accountable.
know? They know why they're not accountable?
Let me stop
Because
you right there. This
go on.
goes back to what I was talking about, ladies, where I said the men don't want accountability. Okay, the women are held accountable. Society gonna hold the women accountable. Her titty sagging gonna hold her accountable. Her
Mm-hmm.
stretch marks gonna hold her accountable. Her risking her life to bring this child into the world gonna hold her accountable. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the men are not interested in accountability. They're interested in seeing you punished. This is why I tell y'all ladies, be careful. What do you mean accountability? She is accountable. She's accountable whether she wants to. We're talking about all these people in this chat. All of us here raised by our mothers, father nowhere in sight. That is
Yeah.
accountability. It is the men not taking accountability in that respect. You're
It's a.
going back and forth with, well, the woman got more to risk. So, and then when I ask you, what
Mm.
does that solve? Okay, so we go by your logic, and then what? Where does that get us? And your only response is talking about accountability?
Yeah, because you are fully aware of what's at stake. Yeah. So when you
Saying
decide you're
that
gonna.
means that you are basically saying the man is not fully aware of what's
No, the
at stake.
men
So
are
why
fully
do we
aware because
have entire channels of men crying
yeah.
about child support? Why do we have to look at people like Black Rob on his deathbed crying, talk about I'm broke because of child support? If what
Do you
you're
know
saying
why?
is the case, then we should not have a single man on this earth complain about child support ever.
Do you know why those men are complaining about child support? Because they was never with the woman like that to begin with.
So
That's why.
why did he implant a seed into the woman?
Some men do that, isn't it? Some men just don't really give a shit like that. You know? So they will just do that.
Okay.
And then when
Thank
it
you
gets
for coming
real,
on.
they
Thank you for
panic.
coming on. This is I'm
Cool.
triggered. This is pointless. This is pointless. Men like that, ladies, are dangerous. Okay. Y'all, whoever else is waiting to come on, you could go ahead and exit because I'm irritated. I'm going to bed. Men like that are dangerous. They will beat your ass. They will constantly criticize you. They will cheat on you, beat on you. Okay. He wants to see women punished. He wants to inflict pain on the women. He has no solutions in anything he's saying. He going back and forth. Well, it's the women. It's the women. And, the point is accountability. Okay, well, you know why the men, well, then why do men complain about child support then? Well, you know why they complain about child support? Because they wasn't even like the women like that anyway. Well, if they weren't like the women like that anyway, why they put a seed in her? Well, niggas just do that sometimes. Goodbye. Goodbye. Get out. Get out. See ya. Get out. Get the fuck out. No, the fuck you did not. Talk about niggas just do this sometimes. Motherfucker, now, strength. Well, the point is, these bitches need to be accountable. Okay. Well, then why do with women to be accountable? Why do the men have entire networks? Why are men on their deathbeds complaining about child support? By your logic, no man should complain about child support. Well, they complain about child support because they didn't even want to be with them in the first place. Okay, then why did he put the seed in? Well, you know, sometimes niggas do that sometimes. Ladies, share this stream with all the little sisters you can. Share it with your little cousins. Share it with your female neighbors, your female co-workers. Any young ladies you know, share this video. Make them watch the whole thing. Because a lot was revealed here. That last caller had me ready to knock all this shit over. I rebuke this demon in the name of baby white Jesus. Y'all, I'm finna go pour my wine, take my shower, put on my robe, and go lay in my brand new green tea gel mattress with my brand new Egyptian cotton sheets. I'm gonna put me on some Anita Baker. Okay, might even catch up on some of my shows and have me a nightcap. On that note, I'm going to bed, darling. But I do want to thank you all for coming. I truly appreciate it. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. I don't take that for granted, darling. Okay, we'll go live again probably Monday. I want to thank you all for coming on down. Your presence is truly appreciated, okay? I love you very much. Y'all get out there, have some black love tonight. I'll get out there, have you a little drink, have you a little dinner. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming. But honey, I got to go, baby. Okay? I got to go, baby. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.